along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And the West All-Stars, looking at who they've got. They've got Anthony Davis, Harden out there with Irving. Then there's Towns, and it's Hayward in at the three. And the shot is good. Curry's got his first 3 points of the game.
And, you know, this game, in a lot of ways, guys, has belonged to the Western Conference the entire decade. I mean, and last year they got the job done again. So although it did come down to the wire, the end result still was Western Conference dominance. And for me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. And All-Star Week is one great show after another.
And if you remember last year, I mean, no star shined brighter in this game than Russell Westbrook. How about 41 points, just one off Wilt Chamberlain's all-time record. And I'd say Russell was a very deserving MVP.
That All-Star game scoring record of Wilt Chamberlain, which Westbrook came so close to breaking last year, has now, Greg, been on the books for over 50 years.
Unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, when Westbrook had that 27 points at halftime, I thought for sure that record was going to go down. And there's such a sense of history that surrounds the All-Star game. I mean, this is the 65th time this event has been held. And you think back on all the legends of the NBA, they've all made their mark in some way on this contest.
And you talked about NBA legends, Greg, putting their stamp on this game. How about, for instance, Wilt Chamberlain's 42 points and 24 rebounds in that 1962 All-Star game?
Wow, I mean, that was amazing. What about Michael Jordan following up his epic win in the '88 Slam Dunk Contest with 40 points and the MVP award as well the next night? So just so many great memories from this event.
And here is Irving following Paul Millsap's three. Back to Irving from the arc. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Irving's got 5 points so far.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And, Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
Pass to Hayward. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the East All-Stars.
And, you know, there were a couple of records that fell at last year's All-Star game. But to me, the most shocking one of all, the number of three-pointers made. 48. I mean, the teams, they combined for 48 threes.
DeRozan's shot is good.
Kevin, he didn't hesitate that time. The D gave him a step, and he just pulled up and drained the three.
Irving kicks to Davis. Pass to Hayward. Davis setting the pick for Hayward. Irving attacking, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Irving's got 7 points in the game. And those 48 three-pointers you talked about, Greg, the previous high for threes in an All-Star game was 30. So that's what I call shattering a record, huh? Man, oh, man.
It was insane. And really, that speaks to the evolution of the game as well. The game has become far more perimeter-oriented in terms of the skill set.
Now Irving, after the missed three from Stephen Curry. Shot clock at 6. Irving kicks to Harden. Millsap with the steal. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
New players in now for the East.
And guys, you know, we've had some all-star game shootouts over the years, but really nothing compares to what we saw last year. The teams combined for 321 points. That's just mind-boggling.
Now Harden, after Westbrook's missed three, Harden the pass to Lillard. Well, wide open look for Love. That three off the mark.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm. Even though he misses that one, almost always deadly when he's that open.
Greg, you brought up last year's game, that unbelievable 163-158 win for the West, and it was indeed the highest scoring all-star game of all time.
Yeah, and I mean, defense has never been what the all-star game's about, but that was out of control and made for one heck of a show.
Westbrook dishes to Horford, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And guys, just thinking back to last year's All-Star game, I mean, something that was really special. How about the sight of Powell and Marc Gasol, two brothers facing each other on the opening jump ball?
Tony Parker's checked in for the West. That moment when the Gasol brothers competed for the opening tip really was unique. It was the first time two siblings have ever started an NBA All-Star game.
And you could sense, Kevin, that the significance was not lost on them. They both talked about how much it meant to them. It was just a really cool moment to be a part of. This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now here's Parker. That's in there. Love with the assist. Parker's got his first bucket in this one.
Boy, Kevin Love certainly is one of the best passing big men in the league.
Westbrook kicks to Horford. Fires from deep. No good. 16 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Off target with his three. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. East All-Stars lead by 8. And we'll be...
Get ready for your East All-Star game.
A great event unfolding. One quarter of basketball already played. And welcome back, everyone, to this year's coverage of the NBA All-Star Game.
And, guys, we've already seen some unbelievable action here tonight.
And there will be plenty more to come. We know that. All-Star action never disappoints.
On the floor for the West All-Stars, Tony Parker is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Hayward, then there's Davis, and it's Aldridge in at the 5 down low.
Light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight, and that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Paul Millsap is checked in for the East.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Irving out to Hayward. Here's the three. Here's Davis. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
James Harden. He's checked in for Jimmy Butler.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
From deep, Wall. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Wall's got his first 3 points of the game. Wall's gone 1 of 2, shooting from 3. Passes it to Harden from the baseline. And he drops that one in.
And he's been a gem this year. I mean, there have been so many highlights for him all over the first half of this season.
And I've got a feeling, Greg, he's just getting warmed up. I think he'll be even better after the All-Star break. That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
James has gone 3 for 3 from the floor. Irving kicks to Davis. Aldridge a screen. Back to Davis. Good work defensively by Millsap.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And he gets it to go.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
They're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Irving. And Wall kicks to Millsap. Left side, Griffin. And here's Irving. 10 points for him. Aldridge wide open. He fires. Offline with his 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Here's what the East is going with right now. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for Evans. And it's Stephen Curry in for John Wall. Curry against Irving. Puts up a 3. Curry can't get it to go. And the West All-Stars with possession. 8-point game. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
We always like it when you're aggressive and not settle.
Kemba Walker's checked in for Irving.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, and that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
I mean, you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
And so here are the West All-Stars. They trail by 9 points. Kicks it to Harden. But 3. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 3 assists now in this one.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play. He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Harden the pass to Walker. Back to Harden. Outside, Walker. And it comes off the front of the rim.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Millsap kicks to Curry. Back to Millsap. Takes a three. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Paul Millsap. Curry's got the lead up to 9 now for the East All-Stars. 1:43 left in the first half of basketball. And Walker kicks to Monroe. The feed to Hayward. On the wing, Harden. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Catching up on changes for the West. Duncan, he's checked in for Monroe. Jimmy Butler comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Lillard subbed in for James Harden.
Yeah, and, you know, Melo voted into the All-Star game last year, played in front of the home crowd in New York. In a lot of ways, what must have been a dream come true for him.
On offense, here are the West All-Stars. 11-point game. Knight against Lillard. The dish to Walker. The three. And that one's good. Walker's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
They are absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Duncan against Horford. Duncan kicks to Butler. Taken away by Anthony. On up the court. And finished off by Westbrook.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by the East All-Stars. Anthony left side. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And it's a 12-point East All-Star lead. And so that's the end of the first half. East All-Stars ahead, up by 12. Time now for the halftime break with the third.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. What a showing tonight. All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the...
And we return to the NBA All-Star Game. One half is in the books, and the second half about to begin.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in this second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
We've got Steph Curry, Paul Millsap out there with Griffin. Then it's LeBron James, and it's DeRozan in at the shooting guard position. That's the group starting the second half for David Blatt. And he gets it to go. 9 points for Steph Curry.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star Game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, you got to love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Stolen by Harden. Look at that jam. Just beautiful.
And how about all these dunks? I mean, this game's been a complete crowd pleaser, no doubt.
I know, I'm loving it. These players are really strutting their stuff tonight. Showtime!
Curry, good.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over.
You know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them a good look.
Well, most coaches, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
He's been locked in from deep. They're giving him too much breathing room and definitely paying the price for it.
Curry's gone 4 of 9 in field goal attempts. It's stolen by Curry. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
One shot. One shot.
Curry is playing extremely well. He has 15 points, and those 4 3-pointers he's hit have helped him too.
No doubt, Clark. They'd be in a much different position this game if he wasn't knocking down those triples.
And Davis can't get it to go.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
To stop the run, that drops. Davis has got 8 points.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Back to Curry. Here's the 3. And they will call over the back on the play.
Boy, did he go hard to the board.